Good morning, everyone. Let me get this light turned on. There we go. Good morning, everyone. Just want to come on because I came across something that happened 2 days ago, and I want to share it with you. And it's still about the drones. It's still about the drones that are what's happening in New Jersey and stuff. But I'm getting, it's becoming more intense and maybe a lot of people don't care about it, but you know we're close to end times. You can believe it or you don't have to believe it, but the scriptures say it. So and people may say, oh, but they've been saying that a long time. It's true, but now we're seeing it. God says to not be amazed. I think it's in Jeremiah that he says, don't be amazed at the wonders in the sky. Don't be amazed, but it means that it's coming. Don't be looking at it and say, wow, wow, but it's coming. If he's saying that, wow. Well, I'm going to show you this video here, okay? And it's pretty long video, and it's basically the same thing. It's just this is done by a news organization called News Nation. News Nation looks at both sides. Doesn't just keep it like the fake news from ABC, NBC, and CBS. News Nation really goes out on both sides, okay? And Democrats and if you notice the video, who is saying that don't worry about it, and those that are saying, be concerned. And the most of the Republicans are saying, hey, pay attention. What is this crap? And those that are saying, like the Democrats saying, don't worry about it. Why is it that way? I don't know. But, here it is. Here's a video. Hey, what happened? What did I do? Okay, hold on. I don't know what happened. I was showing the video. Okay. I'm sorry. I pushed the wrong button. Here it is.
The American public are at risk here.
Right now, the night sky is buzzing with activity.
There's so many things in the sky right now.
But what are they? The President and President-elect sending different messages.
Nothing nefarious apparently, but they're checking it all out.
The government knows what is happening, and for some reason they want to keep people in suspense.
And your elected officials are fed up.
Show us the data. Show us how it's manned aircraft.
That kind of sophistication clearly suggests this is not something that's being done in somebody's backyard.
But are they saying, just don't look up?
You're telling us that the state police shouldn't believe their own eyes. It's almost as if they're attempting to dissuade the public from reporting what they are seeing.
Tonight, we examine why we still don't know what's above our heads. News Nation sitting down exclusively with people who are hunting these objects.
What we've observed is these things just pop into place.
Have you been able to track where these objects are coming from and going to?
We have knowledge on where they're going in terms of what the target area might be.
And we ask the questions others don't dare to bring up. Could this be a rogue element of the state?
That would be very problematic.
Good evening and welcome to this News Nation special report, Drones over New Jersey. I'm Ross Coulthart coming to you live from Australia, and as we go to air tonight, the sightings of these mystery objects, drones as the government chooses to call them, are continuing. It is legitimate now to seriously question the official assertions that these objects, whatever they are, pose no threat to national security. It's emerged today in the British media that the British government has held 2 meetings of its COBRA National Security Committee to discuss the deepening drones crisis. This is because, as we'll reveal to you in detail today, the sophisticated technology behind these craft means that we've not been able to track them, we can't bring them down, nor do we know yet who is actually operating them. Someone or something is operating craft in our skies with apparent total impunity. We'll get across now to the News Nation DC correspondent, Elena Shirazi, for the latest. Elena.
Ross, good evening. Good to be with you. There's certainly a lot of questions about what these sightings are. Not really any answers as of yet. They're saying more so what they're not than what they are, from my experience. The White House saying there is nothing to be worried about, but the government is certainly taking some measures. The Federal Aviation Administration is now banning drone flights over large parts of New York and New Jersey until next month. The Pentagon is also stepping in, but the American public and lawmakers, they want answers.
The bottom line is that our forces, our commanders, if they observe UAS activity that they believe represents a threat, they have the authority to conduct mitigation operations.
The Defense Department authorizing shoot-downs of drones and sending counter-drone technology to military bases. News Nation pressing the Pentagon this week on how they will spot potential threats.
What would constitute it as a threat? What is the benchmark, and have you been communicating with other military installations to be ready for more of these drones and how to spot if it could be a threat before it might be too late?
This is not a new conversation for us within DOD. I mean, as I highlighted, drones flying, whether here or overseas, is not something new, right? And especially in the United States with 1 million registered drones.
This announcement comes as President Biden says Americans have nothing to fear.
There's nothing nefarious, apparently, but they're checking it all out. We're following it closely. So far, no sense of danger.
But President-elect Trump isn't buying it, accusing the White House and Pentagon of a cover-up.
They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense.
The House Intelligence Committee held a classified briefing with more than 24 defense and intelligence officials this week. Some lawmakers telling News Nation they feel confident nothing bad is happening.
There's no evidence that anybody is acting unlawfully here, or that any of these drones, in as much as the authorities know anything about them, are associated with anybody with malign intent.
I think the FBI, the intelligence community, is taking this very seriously, is looking at every report, and to date, there's no evidence that there's anything nefarious going on.
But a majority of lawmakers tell News Nation they want more answers, including Secretary of State pick Marco Rubio.
Ask you quickly about the drone situation. Are you satisfied
more than what you've seen in the media?
So, are you satisfied with the response from DOD and from Homeland Security last night?
I think we all wish we knew more.
House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Michael McCaul sharing his view that a foreign adversary may be at work.
My judgment, based on my experience, is that those that are over our military sites are adversarial and most likely are coming from the People's Republic of China.
In Washington, Elena Shirazi, News Nation.
I'd now like to welcome New Jersey Congressman Chris Smith and New Jersey Assemblywoman Dawn Fantasia. Congressman, the FAA has announced that it's imposing a TFR, a total flight restriction over large sections of New Jersey. By any measure, this is a significant backdown to the previous position by the government, which has stated that these objects are legal drones, legal aircraft, and you people in New Jersey are all suffering from mass hysteria.
Yeah.
Anything but. And, there's 22 different sites that have been put as no-fly zones, and they're the beginning. There will be more. Partners have asked. Jersey Central Power and Light has asked, we believe, that this be done. If you look where they are, it's where there's electrical grids infrastructure, and it just begs the question, if there's nothing to see here, then why are you taking further action to protect? Because that's where these sightings are. And there's more that need to be added, frankly, many more, including in the nuclear station down in Salem County, which has experienced a number of drones. And Earl is a naval weapons station. It's in my district. I've talked to the commanding officer, and they've had drones hovering over the rail line where the munitions are brought from their depot down to the water when they unload them onto ships. And just so you know, we just had a meeting online with a number of people from Homeland Security, DOD, and I was shocked when the Homeland Security, in answer to my question about what Kirby had said, that what I had revealed that a Coast Guard person, a commanding officer, had said one of his 47-footers had many drones following it right off the coast of Ocean County. And they were 100 feet behind the cutter. It wasn't a cutter, but it was a rescue boat. And they saw it, the sailors saw it, and then when they turned, they followed. Kirby has said, oh, we've looked into this. There are jets on their way into John F. Kennedy. And it was repeated today, a doubling down that somehow our men and women of the Coast Guard, who are very well trained and situationally aware and very observant, somehow didn't see what they saw. I find that appalling, and it's just par for the course of what we've seen over the last month.
Assemblywoman Fantasia, some sources of mine are telling me from within the police, the Defence Force, and also Homeland Security and the FBI, they're actually saying they feel that the White House is gaslighting the people of New Jersey by suggesting they're not seeing what they're seeing. What's your view?
That's a very, very accurate assessment from a state level. Not only are federal authorities diminishing what civilian reports may be, and of course, I mean, when you open up a tip line to report what you see in the sky, you are going to get a mix of different things. Civilians may misidentify at times, but it's very difficult to misidentify an SUV-sized drone hovering near the tree line that is not following any normal flight pattern that we typically see with aircraft. And to double down, as the congressman said, and refute direct information we were given. Like, I was part of a briefing a week ago at the New Jersey State Police ROC, and Patrick Callahan, the colonel of the New Jersey State Police, clearly stated that he sent his men up in a helicopter, and they landed above the drone. And when they got to that point, the drone turned their lights out and became undetectable. So you tell me, now you are saying that hundreds, if not thousands of New Jerseyans shouldn't believe their own eyes. You're telling us that the state police shouldn't believe their own eyes. You're telling us personnel at Picatinny Arsenal, who reports 11 credible sightings, shouldn't believe their own eyes. And then you have Mayorkas go on TV over the past couple days and say, perhaps it's STARS or convenience store drones. Convenience store drones.
Congressman, are people in New Jersey getting alarmed or even frightened by the mixed messaging that they're getting from government?
I think alarmed would be the best term. New Jerseyans are not easily frightened, and I mean that. And I talk to many constantly. I talk to law enforcement. I talk to people on the street, mayors, assemblymen, and thank you for your great work, Assemblywoman. You really have been a great voice. My two sheriffs, Sean Golden and Mike Mastronardi, have done an amazing job of trying to track and to report in a way that is actionable, and they're calm, but they are, like I am, very disturbed by Homeland Security. When you have the Secretary of Homeland Security saying there's nothing unusual about all of this, of course it's unusual. Speak truth to power. Talk to your president and tell him he needs to brief the nation, and DOD needs to step up. and Homeland Security, unfortunately, has done far too little. The state police wants to do more. They need the tools, and local law enforcement needs the tools too. But why can't they bring one of these down? And determine whether or not they are foreign. Are they Chinese? I chair the China Commission. Xi Jinping is a monster, committing human rights abuse every single day, genocide against the Uyghurs. I can't even go there. I'm on the hit list not to be allowed into China. They are very malevolent. And to think that they don't have the capability to do just what they're doing, or Putin and maybe even Iran, we need to know if this is some foreign adversary. I have been told that the highest levels of the U.S. government, they're not U.S. in any way, shape, or form. They're not subcontractees, they're not CIA, they're not DOD, which they've said publicly a number of times. Well, who are they?
Congressman, the government has also made it very clear that there's no evidence that this is a foreign adversary, Russia, China, Iran, or North Korea.
Right.
Do you believe that?
No, I don't think they know, but part of it is they have not. Why can't we bring one of these down? Is our airspace so susceptible and so easily violated that we can't go and say, okay, here they are, let's get at least one and find out where, what's the origin? I asked Secretary Mayorkas on one of these visual things. I asked him very point blank, follow one. Can't we follow him? And he suggested no. As the Assemblywoman said, the state police said that all of a sudden it goes dark. Well, that kind of sophistication, that kind of stealthiness clearly suggests this is not something that's being done in somebody's backyard. These are not hobbyists. This is probably one of these nation-state terrorist kind of countries like Putin's.
Are you confident that we've got enough protections in place? Is enough being done to ensure that the people of New Jersey and indeed every part of the continent is protected?
No, in a word. It's been bewildering why the group think that we keep seeing from the intel services, where everybody is on the same page with the same talking points, nothing unusual here, nothing to worry about, not a threat. They don't know that. They don't know that at all. I'm asking questions. I don't know if it's a threat from China, Russia, or Iran, or North Korea, but it certainly, begs the question, why are we not aggressively looking to determine the source?
Okay, guys, I'm going to stop it here because I cannot stand Mayorkas for one. Mayorkas. Excuse me, guys. Let me turn this down. Excuse me if you saw that. Anyways, I don't care for Mayorkas one bit. He's a freaking liar, and talking about that these drones are flying from convenience stores. What the hell is wrong with him? He's a freaking idiot. Like, we're just gonna walk away and say, oh, it's a convenience store drone. How many times have we ever seen a freaking convenience store drone? I never seen one. I don't even know what it looks like. But let me tell you, if you really look at these drones, really look close at them, they look like military drones. And basically they don't have to be American. They can be anything. They're weirdly shaped, these drones, and we're not taking this seriously enough. America as a people, or our country itself, they're not taking this seriously. And it kind of aggravates me because when, the crap really hits the fan, what are we going to do? Thank God most of us are armed, because if anything happens, I'm going to start shooting. I have plenty of ammunition. Hope those that have weapons will do the same. But I get a feeling we're going to get attacked or something. Something's setting up, to remove Trump out of the way. This is all I think it is to remove Trump out of the way. And it's not, I mean, as a president, so trying to start something up, I don't know. It's just very scary. Most people take it, very, not very serious, but I take it seriously because I think we're in line for something. The U.S. has been, nothing drastic has happened other than rain and tornadoes and stuff, that and that's hit the coast of Florida and all that area. But, nothing like what happened to Louisiana the last time, New Orleans, when the water, when we had the floods there, so I don't know, man. I just, something inside me is just telling me to just put your shield up. I'm telling you guys, put your shield up because our country's going through something and we're going to feel it. I promise you. Anywho, I just thought I'd come on and this early in the morning because it weighs on me. It weighs on me because I have a family, and our little town, not that nothing's happening over here. We don't know. We're not always looking at the sky. What are we doing? Waiting for Santa Claus to come in today or tonight? No, just keep your eye out. Okay. Like I said, we're at end times. And it seems like, the scripture from Jeremiah, it's coming around, man, Anyways, God bless you guys and Merry Christmas to those. And tomorrow, the first day of Hanukkah starts and I'm looking forward to it, to start my candles. So anyways, God bless you guys and